Okay, significant shift in weather conditions, I'm afraid, folks, for those watching at home. But we are going to take you through the grid for the Mini Max final. Vince van der Hollen starts from pole position. Alongside on the front row will be Olivier Mazurkiewicz. Sven Lindemann and Daigo Holdhausen will be on row 2. Julian Dummer and James van der Poel, row 3. Duncan Hudson and Didi Dedale, row 4, with Richard Joppen and Devon Mieta rounding out the top 10. Milano Shiphorst and AJ Berggraaf rounding out the top 12, ahead of Sebastian Brand, with Laurens van Vlaanderen on row 7. Jeff Verbeek and Mika Vonk, row 8. Row 9, Liam Bestero and Jesse Andringa, with Jens Kielstra and Gage Moyes rounding out the back end of the field. Moyes having a chain guard going loose during the race and unfortunately ending early. As you can see, well, we've got an absolute deluge of rain here at the circuit, and it's continuing to hit down at a significant intensity here at this 1,050 meter circuit. And there are standing water puddles. Now, I'm not too sure, I might have just seen a flash of lightning. So, revs rise, lights are on, and it's going to be a full start. So, full start has been called. Drivers signalled for another short formation lap. Oh, and we got one on top of another, caught up in the formation lap. It's not exactly what you want there. One of which I think was the... might have been the 133 of Mika Vonk, possibly. I did see a 3 at the end of it, but there is an absolute deluge of water on this circuit right now. So the drivers will have to get into formation very, very quickly. Another flash of lightning around the circuit. And as you just heard, a big eruption of thunder around the track. Red lights on the gantry. We go lights out and underway. And now it's time to see who gets through nice and neat and clean. As, well, the drivers having to brave the conditions. Sven Lindemann was looking up the inside of Olivier Mazurkiewicz early door. Duncan Hudson has already got past James van der Poel, as traction is going to be at a premium. As drivers taking differing lines, some swinging to the outside of corners, a couple going off coming out of turn number 3. But at the minute it's Vince van der Hollen leading the way. Second, Olivier Mazurkiewicz. Sven Lindemann in third. Fourth, it's Duncan Hudson. Fifth, Milano Shiphorst in the number 114. As they make their way through into the far part of the circuit, as there was a move that was by Duncan Hudson on Sven Lindemann. That was for third place. But the top two starting to move away, but a run wide coming out of the final corner by Mazurkiewicz. As you can see, drivers just leaning into the corners as they turn into turn 1. As some drivers looking to try and be a little bit braver on the brakes. Milano Shiphorst trying to get through on Sven Lindemann through at turn number 2. Other dives happening up the inside of turn 2 at the bottom end of the triangle. Milano Shiphorst unable to get through. And, well, no surprise, Gage Moyes, I think now has gotten up to 7th as the race leader. Vince van der Hollen spins it out of turn number 5. Watch the rejoin, nice and neatly gets back onto the circuit. And that means Olivier Mazurkiewicz leads the way and has a country mile of an advantage over Duncan Hudson and Sven Lindemann, who are battling over 2nd and 3rd respectively. 4th, it's Milano Shiphorst. As yellow flags at Marshall Post 7. But at the moment, leading the way, it is going to be Duncan Knudsen, because Olivier Mazurkiewicz has dropped to third behind Sven Lindemann. Well, have the tables turned? Yes, they have. Mazurkiewicz stays ahead of Lindemann, who's got Schiphorsl up the inside coming out of turn number 2. On lap 3 of this race, Vince van der Hollen was the fastest driver out there. He's now dropped to 6th. Another flash of lightning in the background. Another rumble of thunder to boot as well. But still, at the end of the day, it's all going to be the case of who can be top dog in this Mini Max final. Duncan Knudsen is second at the minute. Oh, clatters the curbing, nearly unsettles the back end of that 177, nearly giving an opportunity to Sven Lindemann to get through. And Lindemann's going to look for the move up the inside through at turn 1. Sven Lindemann in the Birrellart on the 141 from Power Kart Racing. Manages to get through for the briefest of moments, but Knudsen has to run through. Runs a little bit deep, uses the momentum carry through that second corner. In the meantime, well, that is the 108 of Devrim Yater, who's also had a drama or two along the way. But now Olivier Mazurkiewicz has a comfortable lead in front of Duncan Knudsen, Sven Lindemann, Milano Schiphorsl, Devrim Yater. So there have been quite a few dramas in the meantime, and this just goes to show how quickly the weather can be a complementary equaliser. Gage Moyes, up from dead last, now is 7th and climbing. His next target, 1.5 seconds up the road, if that, will be Devrim Yater, who rounds out the top 6. Could this be a race where the drivers at the front end, including Vince van der Hollen, who is currently 5th. Oh, this could be the move that Sven Lindemann needed to happen and wanted to happen, and he made it happen. That is second place for the 141 from the Netherlands. So through into second he goes, but Duncan Knudsen retakes that position. And then Olivier Mazurkiewicz, I think, is just trying to get through as well as Vince van der Hollen, actually. Van der Hollen has had a surge of form after that spin whilst leading in front of Olivier Mazurkiewicz through turn 5 2 laps ago, and now he has that window of opportunity. Just try and make it work. But Knudsen is not out of the woods yet. Not quite. But Olivier Mazurkiewicz leading by nearly 4.1 seconds after the previous lap. We're on lap 6 of this race, and with 6 minutes and 50 still to go, plus 2 additional laps, it's about making the best of the conditions. As we've had a spinner, that is, I hate to say it, that's the second time. I think that's Vince van der Hollen that has spun twice, because who's in second? It's Duncan Knudsen. Third, it's Sven Lindemann. And where has van der Hollen dropped to? 6th place. So again, the number 130 coming unstuck in this final. Oh, and I've just seen that Tygo Holthausen has been given a 10-second time penalty. Overtaking during the start procedure after the red line. But look at the launch coming out of turn 5 that Vince van der Hollen had on Milano Shiphorst. Now, considering the fact that van der Hollen has been in this class for a couple of years now, Shiphorst is a rookie. So the poise, the concentration that they had at that point, well, in case of Vince van der Hollen, who's now up to 4th, drivers wiping their visors with their gloves. And you can still see, well, the misty tarmac has been revealed. You can see that along with the rooster tails, look, there's mist. Now, I made a reference yesterday to Tina Turner and steamy windows. I'm now going to make a reference to Circuit de Lansart, that when it's raining hard enough, look at the mist. There's mist lingering over the tarmac. And that's not incorporating the spray that you're seeing for the Mojo tyres, as there is the 108 of Devrim Yater closing in on the 114 of Milano Shiphorst, who is ahead. Things are starting to clear up a little bit at the far part of the circuit. You know, sometimes depending on where you go, it can be the case of it'll be raining in one place and not another, but look at the rain. It's still coming down here. Olivier Mazurkiewicz has a lead of 6.6 seconds. Vince van der Hollen just gets through at turn number 1 on Sven Lindemann for 3rd place, and then says to Lindemann, who probably can't see what van der Hollen is actually signalling, as if to say, right, move with me. Let's just go and chase down those in front. But with still just under 4 minutes plus 2 laps to go, you look at the spread of the field. From 1st to 10th over the line after 8 laps, it was 22.27 seconds. But Mazurkiewicz has a lead. Oh, dearie me, Duncan Hudson loses it. Hits the curbs, loses 2nd, loses 3rd. And could very shortly lose 4th if he's not careful. Clipped the curb going to the 2nd of the ear-shaped corners around here at Circuit de Lansart, and just rotated 180 degrees. And now has Milano Shiphorst and Devrim Yater along with Tiger Holthausen. Well, Holthausen is going to be dumped outside of the top 10 if the race was to finish as it is right now for that 10-second post-race penalty for overtaking during the start procedure after the red line. Once they go past the point of no return, you cannot overtake, you cannot break formation. As there is the 114 Milano Shiphorst on the CRG, leading the rookie side of things at this moment after Duncan Hudson's unfortunate 180-degree spin through, I think, was turn number 11. Olivier Mazurkiewicz continues to lead the way. And we wait, and 2nd place is currently Vince van der Hollen. 8 seconds is the gap. And then 3rd, Sven Lindemann. 4th, Milano Shiphorst, and then Duncan Hudson. Running at the top 5, Devrim Yater, Tiger Holthausen, Kees Moyes, Jeff Verbeek, and Mika Vonk. Running at the top 10. As we have had someone having a slight spin. Might have been probably Liam Bistero or Jens Gilstra at that time. As Tiger Holthausen battling away with looks to be Duncan Hudson. And Duncan Hudson slowing to a stop just before turn number 6. The disappointment for the rookie driver, evident to see. And Duncan Hudson out of the car. That is going to bring out the yellow flags at Marshall Post 5. So what was a promising race for the number 177 has ended in a rather disappointing fashion. A technical DNF, as we've got a yellow flag at turn 2. which has now been retracted. And now Devrim Yater looking for a move on Milano Shiphorst. This is for 4th overall, not for the rookie side of things, because Gaze Moyes, let's have a look at where Gaze is at the moment. Well, Gaze is approximately 2.5 seconds behind Shiphorst, as there is Sven Lindemann making his way through into the final sector. So 15 seconds plus 2 additional laps still to go in this Mini Max final. Timer has expired, so 3 laps to go, including this one. We're on lap number 13 out of 15. And this is the driver at the sharp end of the field, Olivier Mazurkiewicz, managing to keep his head calm and cool. And unfortunately for Vince van der Hollen, 2 spins has cost him possibly what would have been a double victory here at Circuit de Lansard this weekend. So Mazurkiewicz goes on to lap number 14. So penultimate lap underway with the race leader, the 116, the Dutch driver, also with Polish heritage. And just being very, very calm with the steering inputs, just doing exactly what is needed, when it's needed, and gets through on the 167. That's the the LN kart of Jesse Andringa, who's running 18th at the minute. But Mazurkiewicz has done exactly what's been required. Has weathered the storm, whilst everyone else has had their fair share of trials along the way. And this is where sometimes, as I said, the weather can be a great equaliser. Nothing could be further from the truth in this race, because we have 1 lap to go. Olivier Mazurkiewicz leads now by just under 4.1 seconds ahead of the Belgian wunderkind, that is Vince van der Hollen, who has been absolutely mighty this season so far. Sven Lindemann rounds out the top 3 as Mazurkiewicz goes into turn 3 for what is the final time of asking in this race, and also will give Mazurkiewicz a welcome boost and a motivation by being on the top step of the podium a little bit later on this afternoon, once we have the prize giving. So the weather being a great equaliser, the heavens opened during the Micromax final, and it's given a win to Olivier Mazurkiewicz, who has won by 3.6 seconds ahead of Sven Lindemann, who's going to round out the top 3. Look at the jubilation from Olivier Mazurkiewicz on that particular occasion. Sven Lindemann rounds out the top 3. What a return for the 141 with Power Kart Racing. Devrim Yater takes 4th ahead of Milano Shiphorst, who ends up being top rookie. Tygo Holdhausen, Gaze Moyes, Mika Vonk, Jeff Verbeek, and Julian Dummer round out the top 10. Sebastian Brand takes 11th ahead of Jara Kiewiets-Bosch. Lawrence van Vlaanderen takes 13th. That could change by the flag. AJ Berggraaf, 14th. James van der Poel, 15th ahead of Didier Dedale, with Rickert Job, Jesse Andringa, Jens Kielstra, and Liam Bastero rounding out the top 20. Unfortunately, Tygo Holdhausen will drop 2 places to 8th after that 10-second penalty being given. Duncan Hudson, unfortunately, the only retiree off of Marshall Post 6 on lap 10. But Mazurkiewicz wins here. at Circuit de Lansard.